Welcome ODNC, this is Kevin Doak with Crucial Agency. Going to give you a video tutorial of the website functions, both front end and back end. We're going to get started by logging in. Naturally I'm going to use my login credentials. You should have some of your own. And I'm logging in as an event administrator. And as you can see, once we log in, we have our membership details. I happen to be kind of a faux member of the website right now, just to show you how memberships work and whatnot. So we're viewing the member interface as any one of the ODNC members here. So we can see event details. I am an ODNC full member. I can view my membership, when it started, when it expired, things of that nature. So we have some options down the side here: account details, my address. So this is just a brief overview of the My Account function, which displays once we're logged in. To edit anything regarding the back end of the website, the content on the site, we're going to go to the back end by clicking ODN Chicago in the upper left hand corner here. Once we do that, we're going to see the dashboard of the website here, some e-commerce status regarding orders for memberships or the events or programs that you're running. So we're going to go from the top down on the left hand side here, and dashboard, naturally that's going to be just some activity on the site. Media, we'll start with media over here on the left. Media is going to be all the pictures, audio, video, anything that you've uploaded to the site. You'll see some of the slides in here, some of the program pictures that we've used throughout the site, the board members, the sponsors of the ODNC. So these are all the images. You see a PDF in here, and these can be reused in any kind of content throughout the site, whether it's an event, content on the page. So this is reusable, and this will stay in the website until it's deleted by one of your board members. To add new content, we can do that here through Add New, and we can also do it on any of the pages that we review. We can either drop files right here or select files. And when we do that, we get a file selection box that pops up here. Moving on to pages on the left hand side. These are all the pages within the website, so we can change content on any one of these, and we'll show you how to do that now. Just as a test, let's look at the About the ODNC page. And what you'll see here once the page loads is a visual composer. So we can change, for example, this text, swap out this image, reformat. We can slide content around and reformat the page. We've got a few text boxes down here: vision, mission, values. We could reorder those. We could put mission over values, reorder any of that content. For example, if we want to update the text on vision, just click that update button, edit this text, save changes, and eventually update in the upper right hand corner. So these are live edits that are going to be pushed to the site, so be careful of any of those edits. We can always roll back changes if needed. Any one of those revisions are available to roll back to. So that's just a brief overview on updating text. This works a lot like Microsoft Word kind of text editor. When you edit blocks of text, you can highlight things. Use any one of these rich text editing capabilities here. Bold, italics, get a bulleted list in there. You can change the size of different types of text. Give it a big heading. Any one of these options here we're going to close and not make those changes, but you get a lot of options there for formatting. So we're not going to save or update this piece of content because that was just a demo. We're going to keep going down the list here. Under products, these products are only your memberships for right now. If you ever want to add a level of membership, change a membership price, this is where you would do it. For example, if we want to change the transitional membership price, we can do a full edit, which is a full editor on the entire piece of content. In this case, we'll just do a quick edit, and we're presented with some options here. We would just change the price right here from 45 to, for example, 50, or downward. We can also put that item on sale, so we could make it $40 until further notice kind of thing, and that'll list as a for sale item. We're going to leave it at 45 for now, but if we did want to change it, we would just click update down here and it would update that piece of text. For now, I'm just going to cancel that edit. And moving down here, we aren't going to utilize anything regarding categories, tags, but we do have some options to import or export these items. So just understand that that's an option. We're not going to cover that during this video tutorial. Benefits is a custom section created for the home page. I'm going to show you where that's located. For example, monthly programs, industry network, and engaging workshops. I'm going to open up the front end of the site in a new tab here. And down at the bottom here, we're going to see this content. So for example, industry networking, let's go back to that. Industry networking has this gentleman walking across the front of the screen here. So if we click on industry networking, we're going to see that content. This gentleman walking across. Join us for our next program, and the title here, Industry Networking. So you see Industry Networking, join us for our next program. So these slides on the home page are these three pieces of content. So we could update this slide, if you will. We can also add a new one, which would create a blank benefit. We would place the title here, any of that text, and set a featured image. If that's the case, it's going to open that media library, and we could use, for example, this little icon. We could also upload new files. So we can select files on our computer and upload them. In this case, we're not going to add any benefits today. Under e-commerce, we're going to see our orders for all the memberships. So we're going to see the completed orders, what the totals were, and how they were paid. For example, PayPal. We also have an option to view memberships here. And we're going to see the members of the ODNC listed down here. There's most likely going to be a few pages. We have 4 pages of members here and 70 total members. In any one of these, we can click on the name and get some details about that member, when they started, when they expire. We can also update this. For example, if we wanted to give another year membership to this user, we could change this to 2019, and we can either update the expiration to the plan length here, or we could just click Save. We could also add a plan. This probably isn't relevant for the ODNC, but if you had some sort of special tier that you wanted to add in addition to this membership, we could do that here, where we would switch over to a new page here, and we would choose which type of membership we wanted to add. They already have a full member, so we can't add another full member. But for example, we could add a student member, an OD network member here, and it has automatically populated a 1-year membership here. Membership plans. This is another location to edit the plan length. These are all set for 1 year. I believe that's probably going to be consistent for how the ODNC does business. You can see the member counts here, and we have the option to add a membership plan. We can also import or export that data. So we can export all the members. since we're most likely always going to export all the plans, for example, all the full members, network members, transitional members, and student members, there's no reason to filter out any of these. But for example, we could choose a certain date on the calendar, for example, all of August 1st to September 1st. I'm sorry, the start dates for all those, and then we could filter out from there. So you have some options as to how to export that data. And then when clicking export, it's going to download a CSV file. No real need to import from CSV, but if you got a lot of new memberships in one of your events, you could import those with a CSV file. Reports is an option to see what's going on with some of the income from the website. And this is the last month. We're going to see a little bit of data here. You can also do a custom filter here. So that covers how the memberships are handled within the website here through e-commerce. Moving on to users. All members in the website are users, so this is a little bit redundant from what you saw under e-commerce and memberships. So no real need to get into users. You would handle all members and membership data through memberships. Moving down the list here, documents. This is the document storage system that we've developed for you guys. For example, this is a test document that we tested a few months ago, and we can view that document, duplicate and edit. We also have workflow states. So why don't we test this with a new document. We're going to choose Add Document. We're just going to say Test. And we're going to upload a new version. We're going to select Files, and under this we're going to do Downloads. I'm going to open, and it has already uploaded that file. And we're going to choose the workflow state. So for example, we can say in progress. And we're going to click update. And that file has been updated. Anytime we're viewing that file, it will automatically check that file out so no other users can edit the document while you're on this page. So for example, I have the option to download this version, or I can upload a brand new version to replace it or augment it. And if we go back to the Documents page, we're going to be able to see my test document or all the documents here. So we see the test document 1 as well as my test. And we can change the workflow state by clicking Quick Edit. We can change the workflow state, change it back to draft, so we have some options. I recommend the ODNC run through some tests here, have one of the members upload some documents, have others review those documents, and get a feel for how this works as you're working back and forth within the board. We can also change some of the workflow states. If you have something more relevant, you can add a workflow state. For example, whatever it might be, a test workflow state or something. Give it a name here. The slug will automatically populate itself. Give it a description or don't, and add a workflow state so that can be listed here. You're also able to get rid of any of these workflow states by deleting them. Last on the list is programs. So under the programs, you're going to see a few of the events programs that you've already had, as well as some upcoming ones. While looking at any one of these programs, we're able to view registrations for these programs. So for example, let's look at one of these old ones. We're going to click registrations, and you're going to see the paid and unpaid registrants here. Some of them have RSVP'd, so therefore they need to pay at the door. Some of them have completed transactions for $20. Others have chosen to register and pay at the door. So a member rate, $20, and that would need to be collected at the door. At any point, you can select all these, and you can approve all registrations, trash them, whatever you need to do. But for example, this was a question from one of the board members: how do you get the CSV report? You can choose the CSV report here, or filter it with any fields you feel are relevant. We'll go back to events here. And for example, we can either edit one of these events or create a new one up top with this add new event. This one we've given a title, expand your impact. This is a permalink. This is the URL to the event itself. In the body, naturally the description of the event, and towards the bottom of the page here we see the pricing for each one of the tiers. This is automatically populated when a new event is created. So all these prices are automatically added, and this also gives you an option to update the pricing. So although we always set the member pricing as $20, that can be changed per event. For example, if this is a 2-day event, we might make it $50. We can make those changes per event. We automatically add the Chicago School of Professional Psychology here. So that automatically populates the address for that venue. If, for example, they move at any point, we can edit this venue and change that address. Over here we have a featured image that populates from that media page. This, under the same process, we can upload a new image or use an existing one in the media library. Nothing more to worry about down the page here. We do see just a quick recap of how this event is going. 1 approved registration, no pending, no not approved registrations. If we were to have made any changes on this page, we would want to click Update. Down the page on the left-hand side, we have an option. We do want to leave this page because we haven't made any changes that we want to save. We have an option to view transactions. Oops. So these are the transactions that have gone through the site. So you can view each one of those, who it was, whether it's complete or incomplete, and clicking on this you can view some transaction details from PayPal. Some of these give some details as to how the transaction was performed, PayPal Express, or this person wants to pay at the door. And these are more advanced options down the page here: messages, registration form, venues, and payment methods. Under venues, you're going to see that Professional School of Psychology in here. If you're using another venue regularly, I recommend you add the new venue. It's just going to ask for a name and any kind of description. You can add a venue website, phone, a capacity for that venue, but naturally we want to add a address for the physical location and whether or not to display a Google map. So that is basically a quick overview of the functions of the back end of the website. Any one of these pages can be edited through the back end of the site through that Pages button that we reviewed. But if you're logged in, you should always see the option to edit that page. So if we want to edit the members benefits page, we can always click Edit Page, and that takes us to the back end of the site, where we will have the option to edit any of that text. So for example, this is a text block. We can choose to edit that, make our edits, save changes, and then update that content. And like we talked about before, we can always either choose a permalink to go back to the front end of the site, or you're always welcome to click on the ODN Chicago in the upper left-hand corner, and that will toggle between the front end and the back end of the site. So please let me know if you have any questions. My direct number is area code 810-333-0808. Thank you.